Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another day at Total Off-Road, but today I got something pretty special for you guys. Well, I always have something special for you guys, but this is a little bit extra special. Check out this 1978 Ford Bronco that we did a lot to. We didn't do everything. We didn't paint it. We didn't do all those crazy things, but we got this thing driving right. We rebuilt the rear end, we rebuilt the transfer case. We put some time in this thing. It's got a C6 Ford transmission, a 3-speed. It's also got a 460 big block from Ford. I know now some of you guys like the 5.0s better. I actually had a Ford Bronco myself with the 5-liter, and I actually like it a little bit more than the 460s, but the 460s have so much torque. You just can't deny the torque these things make. We redid everything. So you got a Bilstein shocks all the way around, you got Skyjacker coils. Everything's been redone. I mean, you're talking about all the bushings are new, more of the undercarriage. And then I know you guys want to see the interior of this thing, so check that out. Yeah, I know guys, it looks good. What do you guys think about the green? I love it, especially the fact that it matches the exterior here. I don't know if you guys can see that paint too well. To be honest with you guys, it's really dirty right now, but let's see if I can get you a little bit of the quality on that paint there. This is such a beautiful color. The paint choice is so good. Brand new seats in it, looking nice and crisp. I'm also a really big fan of all the graphics here. I don't know if this is something that they came with back in the day, if it's like a heritage thing. You guys let me know down in the comments, but man, that looks so good. It really complements the grain. The detail, look at this. Painted in and out. Also check out the side steps. Watch this. I know, crazy clean. So what we're actually gonna do, we're actually gonna grab Brandon. Brandon worked on this thing a lot. Keenan did too, but Brandon is really an old school geek when it comes to this stuff. He has like crazy builds himself, and we're gonna go for a test drive. I know you guys wanna see it drive. I know you guys wanna hear it. We still got a couple things that we're working out, but Brandon's gonna explain everything. Just look how clean this frame is. Look at that. You just don't see them this clean. I'm also a little bit sidetracked here. I know you guys want to see the motor. I don't know what I'm thinking here. Now, for me to get the hood open, I actually got to do like a little sequence here. You actually got to push down like that. These old school vehicles are built like tanks. Take a look at that 460. Big old beast, huge. Got a nice little Elderbrock intake and air filter there. Then you got some Ford Motorsport valve covers on there. Looks like the AC has been redone. That is definitely aftermarket. Very clean though. Done well. Everything's painted. Everything looks really good. You got some aftermarket amp research. I'm not sure exactly what that is. You guys can tell me in the comments, or I might have Brandon talk about it. It's so crazy the way these old vehicles are built. You actually have to really pull on this hood to close it. Because look at the, I mean, for you guys that are young, look at the design here. Just tough, absolutely tough. So, I think it's pretty much time for a test drive. Let me show you guys this. You see the bumper? Look at how there's this like texture there, almost like it was wrinkled. I've never seen that on a bumper, and that's on both sides. Let me give you guys a little cold start here. I'm gonna leave the mic out here so you guys can hear it nice and clear. And it is not a full cold start. I did start it in order to bring it out here, but it's not warmed up. Like, trust me, it's not warmed up at all. I know, it's pretty sweet. So let's go get Brandon, let's go for a spin. We're still trying to get the speedometer gauge to work. I'll explain that later. By the way, Dakota Digital dash, super clean.
You dude, tripping on shit.
Guys, I kind of tripped on that cord there. Brandon's the one who built this thing. He didn't like fully build it, but you had a big part in this whole thing.
Yeah, kind of rebuilt it. Made it right. Again. Yeah, made it right.
You're driving.
Look at those sweet steps.
I know.
Install those too.
You put these in?
Yeah. Look at the lights and everything.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know it had lights.
One thing I like about these is look how hot, like hidden they are. You can't even tell they're there.
I know. It's like, look at that, guys. Wow, bro, clean.
Yeah. I think that adapter bracket was from Tom's Offroad.
Yeah.
And these are just amp research steps.
Wow, I did not even know that. What's that right there?
That's a speedometer.
Speedometer.
I wouldn't.
Oh, guys, we'll talk about that.
Don't show that. Brandon's not happy with that part.
We'll talk about that inside on the drive. We'll talk about that. So let's go for a spin. Man, those side steps. Look at that. So it's actually adjusted for each door.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man.
This one's just for this side, and that one's completely separate.
Brandon only does things correct. Look at that green. Crazy.
Do it right or don't do it at all.
So for those of you that don't know, Brandon is really familiar with this old school stuff. He's got his own rides. Like, we could talk about that in another video, but he's got like a K5. That's a K5 that you have, right?
Mostly square body Chevys. I've gone through like 20 to 30, 40 of them, buying and selling them, flipping them, fixing them.
It's really hard to get stuff like this that's clean. Non-wrecked, like no rust, nothing like that. You guys have seen the undercarriage. I already showed you guys. It's in incredible condition.
Hardly any rust at all.
Yeah.
It's a really good starting point, you know, and the paint's really good on the outside too, so.
Yeah, I showed them that. It's incredible. So the way it drives, are you pretty happy? Because you've driven so many of this like type of like this year stuff. How does it drive to you? Like,
it drives great now. When it first came in, it had really worn out ball joints, and they were really like it just walked all over the road, and the steering linkage jams was all worn out too. So that's one of the first things we did. Is we did the ball joints and the steering, got that all sorted out, and then we did a suspension kit. We lifted it up a little bit. I think it's a 3-inch kit.
yeah.
We went back and forth between a couple different kits at the beginning because we wasn't sure.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah, we actually went back and forth. We took the springs out
nice.
multiple times.
What those things were on, you know?
They're the 40,000 series something. I'm not going on.
Did you install or Keenan?
I installed it all. Yeah.
So he installed that, and then we got Skyjacker coils. I already showed you guys the Skyjacker coils. And honestly, like guys, this thing floats. Like going down the road, dude, it drives really good.
It drives nice.
It's come in and out of the shop a couple times because the customer's just trying to get it dialed in. And Brandon, like I know we talk a lot about Brandon here at the shop. It's because he really does know what he's doing. Like there's a Jeep that we're building. It's actually Max's Jeep, and we're doing like a 392 swap and all that stuff. Brandon has done all the welding. And like we don't do that at every location, but Brandon, certain things, the dude he's locked in. I feel like it's pretty complete, or wait, hold on guys, before we continue, speedometer doesn't work.
Yeah,
Brandon, tell us the story.
So the speedometer has a gear that mounts on the output shaft, and then it has another little gear that rides on that shaft. At some point in time, the manual cable, the old style, it's like an actual cable that runs all the way up into the cluster. It hit the exhaust and burned, and it caused the shaft to stop spinning, and it stripped every gear off the speedometer. So we've been hunting back and forth trying to find a new speedometer gear to put in this thing, and we get one and it's a little bit too big or a little too small, and like it won't fit the shaft just right, or we've just been going back and forth with that, and we haven't really got it figured out just yet.
We will get it figured out, but we got a lot of stuff going on at the shop right now.
When it came in, not a single gauge worked at all. Besides the fuel, I think that was the only one that worked. Yeah. The oil pressure didn't work, the coolant didn't work, the RPMs, it didn't even have an RPM gauge. I'm sure if you know the 78 to 79, I don't think they have RPM gauges.
No way.
That's just the thing that they didn't really do. Maybe delete that. You have to double check with me once we get back to the shop and make sure it doesn't have an RPM gauge.
Dakota Digital dash, I mean, you can't beat it. They're not cheap either, but a hell of a product. I think they just make things simpler, because you wired up Dakota Digital in another K5.
And another K5, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I like about these Dakota Digitals is the oil pressure, the water, the coolant temperature, they're all in completely separate circuits, so it doesn't mess with any of the factory stuff at all. There's like a certain spot that they want you to tap into the engine and put their certain sensor in there so it can read it. It's a really nice kit. I like the Dakota Digital stuff.
We're gonna have Brandon bring his. When are you bringing your ride back over?
Dude, anytime you want.
All right, so he's got like a 454. Just quickly go over what you have.
It's not a 454, it's a 396 big block, Mark IV big block. Turbo 400 transmission, MP205 transfer case. It's actually a military blazer. It's the M1009 classification, the military spec. I had the 6.2 in it originally, and I took that out, and it's got like a 8-inch or 12-inch or 10-inch lift kit on it now on 40s, and 1-ton axles, a 456 Holly Sniper 2. That's what it has on it now. If anyone knows Holly Sniper, I had original Holly Sniper on my brother's Suburban, and I put that on like probably 6 or 7 years ago. I installed it, not a single issue, not one tuning, not anything. You just wire it up and you drive it, and it tunes itself, and it still to this day drives like a dream.
For you guys that come to the Kennesaw location, we have a Texas Roadhouse right next to our location. Our building is right behind it. We have a Texas Roadhouse right next to ours if you come to Kennesaw. And that's where Brandon is at.
Yeah, we got Brandon, dude.
Crazy thing is, like, Brandon has helped me in my own vehicle so much, dude. Not just by letting me borrow your tools. Like, I've broken stuff of yours too. Yeah, all warranty.
I did your wheels and tires too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, did your wheels and tires?
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time. The first time.
Damn, dude. He's got a lot of love. He's helped me out. He acts like he hates everyone, but he always helps out. We've got this thing dialed in. Brandon has been a big contribution to getting this thing right. And we'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. For the few subscribers that are threatening to leave our YouTube channel if we didn't have Brandon on, your wish is our command. Take care. See you. Peace.